A few of my subscribers have wanted me to talk about this story coming out of uh this place called Law in Chile. I'm guessing Law in Chile's Middle Academy. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. I'm not sure if I am or if I'm not. But the hint of where I'm leading with this video is right here in the thumbnail. It's a picture of the Pledge of Allegiance. It should say justice for some instead of for all, because it definitely ain't justice for all, especially for us. But anyway, this 11-year-old kid at this school on February 4th decided that he was not going to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. And this is a young black student. And they got so upset about this. You know what? This actually is very familiar to me because I remember numerous stories of this occurring around the time when Colin Kaepernick was in the prime of the protest, and how many students started to not stand for the pledge and how they gave them disciplinary actions. But they took this one too far. They actually arrested this child. They came in and had them put in handcuffs and taken out of the classroom, and claims that they were being disruptive. Now, let me get this straight. They had the kids stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance. They say it. This kid decides not to stand for it. He's being quiet or whatever. And the teacher gets upset and calls security, and they come down and they have him arrested. And they say that he was being disruptive. No, it was the damn teacher being disruptive. Weren't you supposed to be saying the pledge along with the other students that decided to stand? I swear the logic is lost here. It says an 11-year-old Law in Chile's Middle School Academy student was arrested February 4th and charged with disrupting a school function and resisting arrest without violence following a confrontation with school officials and a law enforcement officer. Look at all of that shit they put on in a sixth grader, an 11-year-old, just because they decided not to stand. Disruption. What was the next one? Resisting arrest without violence. There they go, resisting arrest. They love to throw that shit on to black folks and black folks only, no matter what the age or the gender. I don't know how many videos I've done with white people resisting arrest, and they never use that resist arrest shit on them. And you never hear their little sidekicks, those Blue Lives Matter pricks, come out and say anything about it either. But let me continue. The incident happened after his refusal to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and his refusal to stand after ordered by the substitute teacher. So the substitute teacher, not one that's on the payroll on the daily, but one that's brought in when the teacher is not there. Now, the thing that I'm gathering is this kid probably is not just now starting to not stand for the pledge, so the teacher might be already familiar with it, so they didn't bother him. But the substitute teacher was probably one of them goddamn fake treats that was upset because the kid didn't stand. Polk County Public School spokesman Kyle Kennedy said the sixth grader was arrested after becoming disruptive and refusing to follow repeated instructions by school staff and law enforcement. Kennedy said he wanted to make it clear that the student was not arrested for refusing to participate in the pledge. Then why the hell were they called down there then? It was no issue until the substitute made it an issue. They were just waiting for him to blow up at the teacher or whoever it was, and I'm willing to bet you that they're blowing this out of proportion. I bet when they say disruptive, in their minds, this child was being combative, but I bet you it wasn't anything like that. Gary Gross, a spokesman for Lakeland Police Department, said he could not legally comment because the case involved a minor charged with a misdemeanor. They say they already got the kid with a record already. This is right here, ladies and gentlemen, this is an example of the school to prison pipeline. According to a report on Bay News 9, the student allegedly told a substitute teacher that he didn't want to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, that the flag is racist and the national anthem is offensive to black people. District officials said the teacher's name is Anna Alvarez. Oh, look at that name, Anna Alvarez. Anna Alvarez, and her name is spelled A-N-A, not A-N-N-A. It's spelled the quote-unquote Hispanic way. Kennedy says she was not aware of district policy regarding the pledge as voluntary. She allegedly told the student why, if it was so bad, Here, he did not go to another place to live. That's the same shit that white people say. They say, if you don't like it here, go back to Africa. This bitch here is only one wrong move away from having her ass kicked back over the border her damn self. Dakira Talbot, the boy's mother, told Bay News 9 that the teacher's actions were inappropriate and that her son should not have been suspended. She was wrong. She was out of place. If she felt like there was an issue with my son not standing for the flag, she should have resolved that in a different manner than she did. Or better yet, call the parents if she had an issue. See, they allow these teachers to get away with way too much with a lot of these students. Kennedy said he could not discuss the students' discipline. He said Alvarez will no longer serve as a substitute in Polk County Public Schools and that they will be reviewing their training policy with the outside agency that handles the hiring substitute teacher. They always like to go back to this shit with, oh, we need to evaluate the training process and all that shit. No, you don't need to evaluate no goddamn training processes or do anything, all kinds of training. What you need to do is evaluate some of these people that you hire, whether they are coming on as substitute teachers or regular day-to-day teachers. Our HR department will contact Kelly Services, which provides our substitutes, to further refine how our substitutes are trained. They can miss me with that training shit, like really. They kill me with that. They do that shit, and every time there's a racial incident, every time. They did it with the Starbucks thing. They do it plenty of times with the police, or so they claim. And now they're doing it with the teachers, so they claim. And a lot of times they don't even do the so-called training. They just put that out as a statement, and some people fall for it. Not I, because if they did this so-called training, then why does the same repeated shit constantly happen over and over and over again? Unless the training that you're giving is some whack-ass training and given out to people that is instructed by a person who doesn't know what the hell they're doing. But kudos to the student that decided, hey, well, he didn't stand firmly on the square because he didn't sat firmly on his square. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments, and I will talk to you in the next one.